Stories, Plain Edition. One day, a pilot decided to go forward, so he turned up the throttle and put the flaps to 2. Then he went up and went to go take a poo in one of the people's faces. They did not like him, so he pushed him down. He was like, oh my gosh, ow, ow, ow. He's going all over the place, and then he ran into here, and then it started going down. Everyone's like, oh, whoa, it's interesting.
Systems damaged.
And then the systems got damaged. But he wanted to go up, so he went up. But then it was too much. And then he decided to go to a local town. Obviously, this wasn't working, so he decided to put his landing gear up. He needed to desperately get somewhere, maybe a town. Towns have airports, right? I think. But I don't know. Maybe this town doesn't have an airport. Everyone was extremely scared. And then he realized the town was really weird. It's like had weird people who think Among Us was funny. Take the stripe, but wait a minute. Wait, no! Ah! Before he could change his mind, everyone on the plane has died. And unfortunately, there was no survivors. But the only recording was having a guy calling 9/11, and then he prevented September 11th. Everyone was very happy after that. And the Twin Towers were still a thing, and everyone was just nice and happy. And no people died, besides those people, but still. Second scary story of the airplane. Oh, that's one of them. It's so scary. Anyways, it was a normal day, and all of the deluxe passengers, they're right there. Pretend they're there. Yeah. But if you have schizophrenia, they will be there. But anyways, he decided to go directly up. But this wasn't no normal. This was a special plane, but nobody knew that. So, a person that was in the seat looked back and realized that there was a weird green thing. He ignored it. Then the pilots revved up the engines, and then everyone realized they were going up. Everyone was freaking out. They're like, oh gee, this isn't normal. And he was like, yo, passengers, this is a cool plane. And I'm like, yo, that's cool. And so he decided to fly it like a normal plane. And obviously that was so illegal. Look at this. This illegalness. Then he was going to the ground. He's like, oh no,
500,
oh no,
200,
But luckily he survived.
100.
And then he decided to take a
50.
nice landing
150.
and to do your money. And then he
20,
forced the plane down to the
Systems
ground.
damaged.
And he's damaged the gears, I think. Then he did a roll, and then the plane crashed. But the captain still is surviving today. See, look at him. He was in there. Pretend there's fire everywhere. Gasp! Okay, this is gonna be the last story. And look at this empty trunk. Everyone got jump scared by this thing moving. And this is when the people, only one people, oh no, ah! And then they got sliced up. Ah, ow, crunch, ow, ow, this kind of hurts, oh, ah. And then they decided to go back in the plane. And then they all mingled in very realistic, graphic, blood realistic. And then they went inside the plane. Everyone was like, oh gee, I got jump scared, oh no, ah, ew. And then the pilot decided to get the person off the plane like, hey, goodbye. And then he closed it up. Now the person was there forever. And then the pilot decided to fly the plane. I know, guys, that is kind of weird. Then he went forward, and of course they went super fast. But then crunch, kringle, crongle, with realistic blood on the windscreen. And on the windscreen, the pilot cannot see and crashed into another plane.
30.
But then he crashed in the airport too. But in actuality, he crashed into that fairy town. He he was like, oh my gosh, that's so good. But he was forced to pull up because the guy was stabbing him and he said, pull up. I don't want to die. Unfortunately, he did not murder any fairies, but he did himself the die. And unfortunately, he went back to the airport. I mean, yeah. And this innocent plane, the life to live.
15.
Guess what?
30.
Boom! No more. Yeah, guys. Thank you for watching my scary airplane creepypastas. Bye! Next time, it's gonna be scarier, but that's in another video.